Hey guys, welcome back to Space Alcatraz, a Minecraft story. This is episode 4, and what are we going to get done today? Well, it looks like we've got a note floating here to start with. Let's see what this one is. Hey Brim, just wanted you to know I smuggled you in some new tech. Check out Reborn Storage at Reborn. Oh, so this is the add-on to. Um, oh, what's the other storage one? Refined storage. This is the add-on to refined storage that gives you the big multi-block crafter thing. I really like that particular mod. So looky there. It looks like our buddy out there. We'll stick this in our, hey, don't let the man see these notes. We'll stick that one in here. So what are we going to do today? Well, we've got several things going on. For starters, we need to take a look around the base because some things have changed. I did get some work done. Obviously, I'm growing some pumpkins here. I want to talk about an issue that's right here. We've got an area set up to do some additional farming. So we're going to set up, create um, harvest heads in this room. I think we managed to get, we do have, I've been growing some vines so that I could make mossy sorts of bricks and stuff. The mob room, oh, is loud right here. That's what the mob room is. The mob room has kicked in and started performing. I don't know what its problem was before, but there are lots of mobs in there now. I did dig out a space down here to get us our initial basement area made. If we go back upstairs and look in the chest of wonderment, I did get a wandering trader come through, so I bought some blue ice and some mushrooms, which we didn't have access to just yet. Might be able to get mushrooms somewhere. There's probably some place that we could relatively easy get mushrooms, but with a couple in and some bone meal and a dark room, etc., we can just force grow some mushrooms. I went ahead and made a basin and a mixer. Now the primary reason for doing this, we need quartz, right? Quartz. And to get quartz, we need to wash soul sand. All right, so how do we get soul sand? Well, we get soul sand by soul cooking sand, except that to do the bulk haunting, you need soul sand here. So to get soul sand, you need soul sand. However, there is another way to get soul sand. You can use the mixer to add in mob souls, some water, and some sand. So I was prepping doing all of that and killing mobs every once in a while, etc., and we got a loot chest that had soul sand in it. Matter of fact, we've gotten 2 now because it has 5 in each one of them. So I've already put one in here. You'll see that from the floor down. You'll see it as part of this roof right over there. So I've got the water on top of that now. Obviously, I can just pick the water up and light that on fire, and we've got haunting fire. The brass that we made last episode here in the alloy kiln, I did make a brass funnel. I updated this chest because this chest was, if I throw like an entire 9 stacks of gravel here, we fill up several rows of this. So if I want to go over here and dump a bunch of gravel and walk off, we needed a bigger chest. So that's what that's all about. I am going to go ahead. Let's see. Can I just sit these down for now? No, that'll have to go down here just like the depot did. Oh, this actually has a cog coming in the side. Yeah, okay. We'll do that in a different place and in a different location then. So for now, I'm just going to put those away. Put that away. What else is in here? We picked up some more sponge, torches. We did pick up a little bit of nether quartz, and I think there's some in the system already. And then I was just looking at the interesting sorts of things. You know, we were struggling to get string, and we're going to go look at a struggle we're having right now, even now with string. Turtle eggs, which wasn't exactly sure. You know, that's one of those things that typically we wouldn't have access to in this sort of a world. So we got some turtle eggs. If we decide we need turtle eggs for some reason. I have made a couple of upgrades for our cobblestone chest, and I went ahead and made a tier 1 cobble gen. That's easy enough. You just need the cobble gen. You just need lava, water, some compressed stone, and glass. And the lava you can get with, in our backpack, we've got the fire plow. You just hold it on a block, and it'll convert stone into a bucket of lava, which you can then scoop up, and we got the tier 1 made. Obviously, probably the majority of the stone that is in there now did not come from that cobble gen. It really came from clearing out this area down here. Additionally, we saw that we were getting, so this. Oh, the grass is finally starting to spread a little bit, so maybe I finally got enough torches on here. I need to crook some grass so that I can get flowers like dandelions and that sort of dandelions. This comes from crooking. It does not come from just throwing bone meal on grass. So I need some additional grass that I can sacrifice to try to get some flowers and such. So I've got this spreading over. It is spreading slow. Now, so we're going to come back over here and look at another issue. So if you'll remember last episode, we had 7 industrial hemp seeds, which I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to right here. I then bone milled, harvested, bone milled, harvested. Or maybe I just harvested that one once to get 3. And then, of course, I planted the last 2 seeds. Now, you will see that this is still setting at 0% growth, 0% growth. And these down here, which were the ones that got planted first, are still sitting at 0% growth. The only one that is growing naturally is this one sitting here directly under the torch. So even 1 block away, this is not enough light. 1 block away from this torch is not enough light for this industrial hemp to grow to its second stage. So I don't know what they've done with light requirements. You'll see what I had to do to get all the wheat to grow. I mean, I've got light everywhere. So one of the things that I want to get to, and part of the reason I wanted to get soul sand made, was so that we can get some glowstone, because of course then with glowstone we could just build a short roof out of glowstone, or I'm not sure, even if we put in a feral flare lantern, it's only going to try to keep things mob proof. I don't know that it would spread enough light to make stuff grow. And if we're going to have this big room over here, this is not enough light. We're going to have to light from above in order to get enough light in here for all of this area to grow. So one other thing before we get started working on that farm area over there is downstairs. So we encountered slimes down here once before, but we didn't know what chunk it was. Oh, is that a loot bee getting away? It's a loot bee getting away. We'll let that one get away. So what I did is I came down here, turned on chunk borders, and then I sectioned off these chunks. I was pretty sure it was on this side. Not this side. Although I dug this out just to verify. But I wasn't sure if it was this chunk or the chunk over here, right? So I came down here and sectioned off these 2 chunks, and then stood up the stairs a bit and let slime spawn. And it's actually this chunk here that is the slime chunk. So we now know that for a fact. I was going to chisel this down in the vein mine, but since the entire rest of this is also andesite, that's probably not my smartest thing to do down here. But anyway, we do now have the slime chunk identified. It's probably not tremendously important long term, because long term we'll have bees, right? We'll just I assume there's a slime bee, or chicken. I'm sorry, chicken. Yeah, there's definitely a slime chicken. So we'll eventually get to chickens. We'll make that happen right fast in a hurry. Having chickens will make progress through everything quite a bit faster. So, all right. This does not yet need to be harvested. So we're going to go in here. I've got a water wheel buried. And that is a terrible place for that to have fallen. We can just slash home to get out of here. I've got a water wheel buried in the floor, and that is attached to a mechanical bearing, and that will allow us to get in some linear casings. Can we do that? Will you? No, you're going to want to turn the wrong way. Of course you're going to want to turn the wrong way. Well then here, let's just use some temporary blocks. Now I think I'm going to go one long on this, and the reason for that is to get as much usage as I can out of the corners of this room. Once this is moving, it won't care because it's an entity then, right? It can pass right through the walls. This should not need. These should not need to be glued, right? Yep. Holy mackerel! All right. So now we need one. Do we need one here? We probably don't need a harvester head there. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 8 harvester heads. That should be easy enough to make. Harvester heads. We need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 was as far as we got. Oh, iron. All right, fine. You know what? I'm actually going to throw a full stack on there. We won't wait on the full stack. What did we need? We needed 2 times. We need 6. So let's get 6 out of there and let them get started. And then I'll put the rest of those in there as well. There you go. I didn't see it move. We'll go ahead and get these on. And they should not need to be glued either, right? Correct. Yeah, I'm aware. Now I'm stuck again. Slash home. I really want this to always be, this is the only bad thing, and God forbid your game crash while it's running and it's in a weird position, because then it's going to snap. It's going to snap to the nearest cardinal direction. But if it happens to snap on the wrong side, so you're planning for it to always, you don't have crops planted over here because you're planning for it to always be on this side, and you shut your game down without coming and stopping it, or whatever, and it'll do things like break out blocks because it's too long and it's no longer an entity, so it'll replace the blocks, and etc., etc., etc. So create is great for farming. It also stinks a bit for farming. So, I really need to move this. If I'm going to do this way, I either need to give up this extra one, or... So I'm going to need a chest here, right? I'm going to need a chest. I could put this... technically I could put that right there, I think. And this needs a block. Oops. It needs a block to... Oh, come on. Let's just get this out of here then and put in a regular block. Yeah, I've got an axe in my hand. Yep, I sure could have used an axe instead of doing all that. Yep, sure could have. Didn't, but could have. All right. Now let's make sure that attempts to eject. No, that is going to have to be glued for sure. Slash home, because, that's how we get out of a hole. Alright, so we can super glue this, and I think now we can just super glue things, right? Yeah. Right there, please. Thank you. Now you should spin. You still didn't spin? You should have been glued. We can do this way. That will work for sure. That is your location. And you should stop. Yep. All right, good. So that will stop and attempt to unload. For now, we can just use a hopper to unload. I think a hopper will work. Hopper. We don't have a hopper in the system right now. And then let's just grab some seeds and some bone meal. Are you done? Sounds like you're done. Don't need, excuse me, don't need seeds on there though. There, get busy on those. Yeah, you broke one of my torches. And then switch you out for bone meal. Alright, and then kick on the harvest. Oh, it doesn't have any, I didn't put any storage on yet. So let's try doing that. Matter of fact, I brought chests specifically so that I could put storage on here. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Did you actually connect? Yes, because there's wheat in there. So very good. That will work. We just need the remainder of our harvest heads. We need to get our dirt put back. You should have dirt, and you should have dirt. You probably should not, because I am going to have to get to you at times. This is the stuff that got broken when it spun around there and didn't have storage. You should never really be full. Stick those. Actually, I'm going to need those seeds to plant all of this. Now, what I don't know is exactly how far out I'm going to be able to do these corners. So let's do that real quick. It's too dark here to plant because, yep, that's a problem we're having. I just glued that. That's pretty funny. Alright, and then we'll bone mill those and force them to be ready. Oh, quit that! There we go. Now, if I'm lucky, I should do these corners as well and check and see. I don't think it's going to get those corners, real honest. And it may not even get these corners. Matter of fact, just so we know what's going on here. There. All right. Oh, well, it's not going to do any of them until I put the rest of the heads on it. Silly brim, silly brim. All right. Let's toss that in there. I believe we were short 3. There is the last 3 heads for our harvesters. Bam, bam, and bam. Click it. Chase it. And then while it's unloading, stop it so that I know exactly where it's at. Alright, so no, it did not get... It did get this one. Interesting that it got this one, but not this one. That's interesting. Let me see that again. Yeah. You think you're doing the right thing. Yeah, sure enough. Alright, so if the pattern holds, then if we do, oh, we're gonna have to have more torches over here. Do I have torches on me? I do not. Let's go grab torches. Torch. That may be the hardest part of this, is getting this room lit up enough to be able to plant all our crops. So if this holds, then this one will not be harvested. This one will, and This one will be harvested. This one will not. Neither of these, but that one will. So let's check. Get these grown up. And kick you off. Yep, so it did. It's going to skip the 1 to the right and the 2 to the left, right? Correct. Not right, correct. Missed 1 to the right and 2 to the left. So 1 to the right and 2 to the left. 1 to the right and 2 to the left. And we'll go do the same thing over here because we know that this is wasted space now. And did I do over here yet? No, did not. 1 to the right and 2 to the left. All right, so what I now need to do is the question is I need to attempt to plant all this. So I'm going to leave the machine sitting here as it is. I'm going to smear torches everywhere around the room and then see how much of this I can actually get away with planting just like it is. I may have to build some chandelier type things coming down from the ceiling so that I can have something that's relatively decent looking in here. That's not just garbage hanging from the ceiling. I mean, I could just, put stone coming straight down from the ceiling and hang torches on it, but that's going to look weird. So let me go spend some time getting that room planted and getting lights set where they need to be, and then we'll come back and see what we can do about getting our, I'd like to get a bunch of soul sand washed so that we have done that together so that I can do a bunch of that between episodes. I hate to do something new between episodes, right? I don't want to push into a new technology. I don't want to, et cetera, et cetera. And I will say that ours, we talked about, I think maybe at the end of last episode, but I did get some source gems made, not enough yet, but getting this room running will mean I can come over here and I can set up the what is it? It's the agronomic source link to begin getting source, because that source comes from plants growing. Actually, I can probably just stick it up in the air right here. I'll probably build a hanging platform from the ceiling or something and put it right up here so it gets this whole area. Anyway, the long and short there is I did get a step or two made in ours, like I said I was going to do, but I didn't progress it any. I didn't want to progress it any without you guys. So I'm going to make a cut here, get this room planted, and then we'll be right back. Well, it might be a little jacked up. Oh, that's probably wrong. That's probably wrong. We managed. I think this is enough light. I think this is enough light to cover everything. I did replace. I mean, these 2 rows will never actually hold crops. You could technically hoe them while the contraption is running, and then stick in seeds while it's running, and as long as the machine never shuts down, as long as you never shut the game down, they would be there, they would grow, they would do the right thing. However, that is a bit unrealistic as far as I'm concerned. And what am I losing? 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11. 11 potential crop spots. I did replace that archwood chest here with a diamond chest. It's just going to give us a lot more room to get wheat coming in, and obviously we're getting wheat right now. So that is excellent progress towards getting our wheat requirement met. We do have, so obviously I made a couple more hopping pots, hopper botany pots. I've got one here doing sugar cane. Here's our stored bread. Here is, I guess we could go ahead and do, yeah, you're going to want to put seeds in there. See how much more bread we can make. Again, we never got any feedback about how much bread we're supposed to be making. So wheat, we do have a little more in here, and we've got a couple on us. So blam, there's one more. All right, So that gets that taken care of. You seed clean now. You're here. I thought I'd set up one more botany pot. Did I? Oh, I was going to move the. I put bamboo. I don't know that. I don't know I had this up at any point when the bamboo was over here. This finally finished. That's nice. I will break here over and crook that. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and do that. I've got the crooks on me. So we want to crook this one and that one and this one, and then should be able to do all of that. And then I'm going to need dirt and a wand. So let's get all of that put away. Dirt takes more than a stack. And do I have a wand in my backpack? I do. I have one that is, for all intents and purposes, should be thrown away. Now the question is this smart enough to go, oh, that's just dirt? It is. Look at that. And there, and then where'd the torches go? So we need a torch. I think 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's enough to let the grass grow. Alright, so that did get us some various flowers. Let's put these away. I'd like to upgrade my backpack too. What would it take? Oh, it needed yellow dye. So we've got some gold at this point, and this is obviously one of my favorite vanilla sorts of automations, right? You're just piping in charcoal from the back, your ores and stuff from the top, spitting out to the front. I put blast furnaces here, so I did a second set, and so we've got some ores, including some gold. I mean, still not a tremendous amount of gold, but we have some. So let's go ahead and get this, and we're going to need our flint and steel. Excellent. And then we should be able to just yeet that out there. I think it just ate. Is that not soul sand? Well, sure what it shows. Sand, soft sand, wet sand, all the sands. Interesting. Well, it certainly sand. Let's see if we can throw a sand in there and see what happens. Is it getting burnt up? No, that got converted. So maybe that was just too much sand to throw all at one time. Throw the rest of that stack down there. I could throw it here a stack at a time, but I mean, I think I threw like 11 stacks, so that might have been a bit much. I mean, this has sit here longer than that first groupings did, right? This makes no sense. I don't know what happened to our first batch of sand. It didn't like get sucked up, no? Huh? I don't know what to tell you. That absolutely worked that way, so now we should be able to wash this. Oh, we're going to have to adjust the filter. And right there, please. Soul sand. So I'll have to either create a second contraption to just do the fires, or I'll have to move this filter in and out every time I want to make soul sand versus consuming soul sand in this fashion, right? Are you actually going to There we go. Oof, that is not a lot of material. We are going to have to do tons quartz. We're going to have to do tons and tons of soul sand if we're going to make that work that way. How else can we get? Got a 50% chance if we crush our gold or wash gold, but this comes from crushing, right? Yeah. And we can crush raw gold. How else? Are there other ways we can get? Well, obviously we can get it from a chicken, right? Man, diorite, but I don't know that diorite actually spawns in the world anywhere. Yeah, it's only a 10% chance and a 9% chance for glowstone. So this is pretty inefficient. So we may need to find a better way. I mean, I can at least get enough by running vast quantities of sand through here, which, let's face it, we've got basically infinite, right? Because we can do, we've got a cobblestone generator, and we live in a world of stone, so we can continue to make stacks and stacks and stacks of sand, and I guess run them through one stack at a time because the 10 or whatever stacks it was too much. So I can do that and get enough quartz to at least get us to a point where we can move forward technology wise. Let's see how we're doing over here. Yep, that is definitely moving along. So okay, well, that gets us to a new level of tech, right? That gets us to a point where we are getting nether sorts of resources. I think between episodes, I'll try to get a bunch of nether quartz made because quartz allows us to start building some things that we couldn't do before. It allows us to start getting towards machines. We've already got redstone, but a bunch of the machines require quartz. But we might be able to start moving into a more automated sort of world. Now that we've got quartz, because quartz also, I think quartz is used to make silicon, right? If we cook it, we get silicon. Yeah, so we've got to have lots and lots and lots of quartz. So it might be time to try to get a spawnable area for passive mobs set up somewhere. Ooh, I've got a dark spot over here. There's supposed to be a torch right here. I broke it off the wall at some point, apparently. So maybe we do that. I'll try to do that between episodes. I'll try to get us a area set up where passive mobs can spawn, obviously away from our not so passive mobs, from our aggressive mobs. Maybe over here on this wall, punch through. Since we've got grass over here anyway, maybe punch in and then let this grass, get the grass spreading that way. But I'll get us a bunch of nether quartz. I'll get us an area where passive mobs can spawn, and then next time, maybe we'll be able to get enough wheat to make enough bread to satisfy the warden, and find out what our next task is, and we should now be able to move forward in ours as well. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Between now and then, y'all have a good one.